That the evening didn't bode well, or that it took on the worrying feel of those times in which you say to yourself, I'd have been better off staying in bed, was clear less than 5 minutes in. Ready, set, go. Sami Handanovic, hardly just anyone, sent off. Carrizo on without time to warm up, and a penalty to save. It was enough to make your blood run cold. And yet the story of Torino versus Inter would ultimately be synonymous with the opposite, beginning with the save Carrizo made almost in the name of Samir. Inter would be very clear on the officiating of the match via technical director Marco Branca, who, in case people have forgotten, was an excellent player, one of those who knows everything about the game. Walter Mazzari was spitting blood in the dressing room, and he transformed that anger into a vital lift for his players. But we can't remember too many games fought so fiercely with 10 men for 90 minutes. Punctuated by some questionable decisions, it was there to be won. Torino's goal came quickly, in the midst of understandable confusion. But on the stroke of half-time, Freddy Guarin managed a piece of athleticism usually more at home with Olympic gymnasts. He shot blind with a bicycle kick, caught it perfectly, and it was almost a precious sign that you can take nothing for granted. This new Inter side, able to scream its desire for revenge, both individually and as a team, wrote a key chapter with the end of Guarin's goal drought. So much effort, sweat, with steam coming off the nerazzurri bodies. They raced around, regained their clear heads, and chased down Torino, who had the safety of being a man up. Immobile's goal was quickly cancelled out by Palacio just 2 minutes later, allowing the Granata fans just enough time to celebrate and then gulp back their enthusiasm before Inter took the lead. Once again, it was Palacio, inspired by a very alert Belfodil, because when you're down to 10 men, the whole game needs to be a masterpiece of precision. Every ball lost is a danger, every misplaced pass harmful. But you play so well that you don't even forget you're wounded, like hobbling an entire marathon from the start and being there with the finish line in sight before just missing out by a whisker. A heart stopper, and here's the finish. It ended in a draw after a lengthy, almost improbable resistance, which is the key to believing it possible, to giving it your all, to remembering that it's not the first time the courage to come from behind is something we have in our DNA, to digging up Mourinho's handcuffs, to making things clear, perhaps even to affording ourselves a smile at the fact that people who can't count aren't very good at making jokes about the capital of Indonesia. Mathematics and geography are facts. Speaking of which, this was dubbed the first game of Indo-Inter. It's still only Inter.